In a secluded corner of the world where fame had never trespassed and fortune had never smiled, there existed a tiny village nestled between majestic mountains. It was a place where life flowed at the rhythm of nature, untouched by the chaos of the modern world. People lived in harmony with the land, their days filled with the simple joys of existence. But fate, it seems, had a cruel twist in store for this haven of tranquility. One fateful day, as the village slumbered in the lap of its mountains, a terrible landslide occurred. The earth trembled, rocks cascaded down, and in an instant, half of the village was buried under a suffocating blanket of mud and sorrow. Homes were demolished, dreams were buried, and hope flickered precariously in the face of despair. The survivors, covered in the dust of adversity, looked up at the sky, wondering why. Their pleas for help echoed through the silent mountains, unanswered and unheard. Days turned into nights and the villagers despaired, believing that the world had turned a blind eye to their suffering. They were forgotten, neglected, and left to grapple with the aftermath of the disaster alone. Little did they know that their story of woe had reached distant corners of the globe, touching the hearts of two individuals who were about to change their lives forever. Far away from the tragedy that unfolded in the mountains, two men lived lives of unparalleled glory. They were kings in their own right, reigning over the hearts of millions through the universal language of football. One was Lionel Messi, the magician from Argentina, whose every touch of the ball was a thing of beauty and poetry in motion. The other was Cristiano Ronaldo, the Portuguese powerhouse whose sheer determination and athleticism made him a force to be reckoned with on the field. Despite their intense rivalry on the football pitch, both men shared a common thread of humanity, a trait that transcended their fame and fortune. As fate would have it, both Messi and Ronaldo were catching a break from their hectic schedules, unwinding and enjoying some hard-earned leisure time. Messi found solace in his luxurious abode in Barcelona, surrounded by the comforting presence of his family. Meanwhile, Ronaldo retreated to his lavish palace in Madrid, finding joy in the company of his loved ones. But their moments of tranquility were shattered when they came across the same news report on television, detailing the plight of the forgotten village buried in the mountains. The sight of the desolate village, the traumatized villagers, and the despairing children left an indelible mark on their souls. Despite their larger-than-life personas on the football field, these men of steel had hearts of gold. A profound sense of empathy washed over them, compelling them to take action. But how could two of the most famous men in the world offer help without drawing massive media attention? The idea of sending aid anonymously appealed to them, but how to go about it without tipping off the press remained a puzzle. After much thought and careful planning, they decided to embark on a secret mission of mercy, leaving behind the glitz and glamour of their lives to descend into the depths of despair. Disguise was of utmost importance to ensure their good deed went unnoticed. Both Messi and Ronaldo chose simple, unassuming outfits that would blend them into the crowd. Messi opted for a plain white shirt, dark jeans, and comfortable sneakers, while Ronaldo donned a casual black t-shirt paired with rugged boots. They wanted to be instantly recognizable by the villagers, but not for the reasons you might think. It was important for them to be seen as equals, as fellow human beings offering a helping hand rather than distant celebrities offering charity. They arrived separately, making sure to keep a low profile. Messi, with his inherent humility, easily slipped into the role of a volunteer, blending seamlessly with those offering their support. Ronaldo, with his characteristic confidence, took charge, barking orders and making sure everything was done efficiently. The villagers, initially shocked by the sudden appearance of these two mysterious men, quickly warmed up to them, recognizing the sincerity in their eyes and the strength in their hands. Messi, with his quiet demeanor and gentle touch, found solace in working alongside the women and children, rebuilding homes and restoring lives. His mere presence was a source of comfort, a silent reassurance that they were not alone in their struggle. Ronaldo, with his boisterous energy, led the men in clearing debris, digging foundations, and creating a sense of urgency in their tasks. His competitive spirit kicked in, pushing everyone to work harder and faster, determined to make the best use of their time. It wasn't just about physical labor. Messi and Ronaldo also took the time to connect with the villagers, sharing stories, laughter, and most importantly, hope. They played with the children, bringing back their smiles, organized meals, ensuring no one went hungry, and offered a listening ear to the grieving hearts. They moved among the villagers, not as celebrities, but as friends, as brothers in arms, united in their purpose. As days turned into weeks, the village began to stir back to life. Homes were rebuilt, the school was restored, and a community center took shape, becoming the heart of the village once again. But there was something else they wanted to create, a symbol of unity, a testament to the indomitable spirit of the village and a tribute to the power of hope. They decided to build a football field in the center of the village, a place where children could laugh, where adults could unite, and where the scars of tragedy would gradually fade away. Messi and Ronaldo, with their footballing backgrounds, understood the transformative power of the sport. It was more than just a game. It was a way to bring people together, to heal broken spirits, and to create lasting memories. They put their heads together, sharing ideas, strategies, and resources to ensure the football field would be a reality. Messi, with his meticulous attention to detail, oversaw the markings and the layout, making sure it was perfect. Ronaldo, with his larger-than-life personality, motivated the villagers, rallying them to complete the project as soon as possible. When the grand day arrived and the football field was ready, there was a sense of pride and accomplishment that swelled through the villagers. The ribbon was cut, the first ball was kicked, and the cheers of the children echoed through the valley. It was a moment of unity, a celebration of life, and a tribute to the two mysterious men who had touched their lives in ways they could never forget. The entire village gathered for the opening ceremony, their faces etched with gratitude and joy. Messi and Ronaldo stood side by side, observing the scene, their faces betraying the emotions that tugged at their heartstrings. It was a moment of fulfillment, a testament to their compassion, and a celebration of the human spirit. Now, you might be thinking that Messi and Ronaldo must have been mobbed by the villagers, desperate to catch a glimpse of their heroes. But surprisingly, no one recognized them. You see, the beauty of their gesture lay in its anonymity. The villagers saw only two men who had come to help, not superstars trying to make a grand entrance. They saw strength where there was weakness, leadership where there was humility, and kindness where there was fame. However, there was one group that did recognize them, the children. With the innocence and curiosity that only children possess, they gathered around Messi and Ronaldo after the ceremony, peppering them with questions about football, tricks, and, of course, their secret identities. Messi, with his playful nature, obliged, demonstrating some fancy footwork, much to the delight of the children. Ronaldo, with his larger-than-life persona, engaged in friendly banter, keeping the children entertained with his jokes and charisma. Then came the moment when the truth dawned on the children. They realized who these mysterious men really were, the world-renowned footballers who had come to their aid. Their eyes widened in disbelief, their mouths formed perfect O shapes, and their whispers echoed through the gathering. It's Messi, it's Cristiano Ronaldo. The realization that these global icons had been among them, working side by side, sharing their strength and compassion, filled them with awe and admiration. With the innocence that only children possess, they approached Messi and Ronaldo, their voices filled with wonder. Are you really Messi? And you are Cristiano Ronaldo? Messi, ever the humble one, knelt down to their level, meeting their gaze with a warm smile. Yes, I am Messi. Cristiano Ronaldo, with his charismatic charm, ruffled their hair and said, and I am Ronaldo. The children, starstruck and overjoyed, couldn't believe their luck. They had not only witnessed the rebuilding of their village, but they had shared moments with two of the greatest football players in history. And that's when Messi, with his usual humility and grace, decided to share a little wisdom with the children. Looking at them with gentle eyes, he said, "You don't need the whole world to see you to be great." His words, simple yet profound, resonated with the children, reminding them that true greatness lay not in external validation, but in their own potential and kindness. Then it was Ronaldo's turn to impart some words of wisdom. With his characteristic confidence and passion, he said, "Greatness is what you do when no one's watching." His words, a testament to his dedication and hard work, inspired the children to strive for excellence in all they did. At that moment, the children understood that being great wasn't about fame or recognition. It was about the effort they put in, the values they upheld, and the impact they had on others. As the sun began its descent, casting long shadows across the football field, Messi and Ronaldo knew it was time to depart. They had come as humble helpers, and now they had become heroes in the eyes of the children. Before leaving, they decided to immortalize their experience with a simple yet meaningful gesture. They asked someone to engrave a plaque that read, "Two kings walked among us and left behind a kingdom of hope." The plaque was placed on the wall of the community center, serving as a reminder of the day two kings walked among the poor. As the night deepened and the stars twinkled above the village, Messi and Ronaldo slipped away. They left behind not just their footprints, but also a legacy of kindness and compassion. The next morning, when the villagers awoke to the sight of the plaque, a wave of emotion washed over them. It was a humbling realization that they had shared their space with two of the greatest football players of all time. And so the story of the day two kings walked among the poor became a legend in the village, a tale whispered from generation to generation, reminding them that even in the darkest of times, hope flickers, and even the mightiest of stars sometimes choose to walk among the ordinary to remind us that we are all human, we are all connected, and we all have the capacity for extraordinary kindness.